Hey folks, with us today, Teo and Adrian from Kubeark. Super happy to have you guys on.
Thank you for enjoying us, Nicholas.
Thank you.
Let's start with the most important thing. What problem does your company solve for its customers?
Well, Kubeark is an all-in-one software operation management platforms that enables companies to manage their software operations and scale on any infrastructures. So basically, to give you an example on how we do that, imagine that you want to create on-demand environments, for example. And in order to do that, what we do is connect with external third parties communication platforms, either Teams or Slack, in which an end user can prompt a command which will allow him to schedule when that environment should be up and running, for how long that environment will be up and running, and be able to get a link to that environment once that environment is up and running. He will do his job inside that environment, and at the end, the environment will be deleted automatically. So we can connect to multiple cloud providers or on-premise infrastructures. So basically, this is a short example on on how to translate that introduction.
And then, who's the typical customers of what industries are your typical buyers?
Well, mainly we focus now on enterprise customers because they have a large number of processes and software that allow our platform to be tested in full. Because the platform is so versatile that there are many use cases that can be covered with our platform. And if we, went with, let's say, startups, they only have a specific problem, and that specific problem can be covered with a point solution. In that case, given the fact that Kubeark, it's like I said, it's an all-in-one software operation management platform, we enable them to translate a certain process, either a business process or an application process that they have internally in their company, into their own operation and their own process, and translate that process into action and into something actionable that can be, either created or deployed or managed by our platform.
Let's go back to the beginnings of all of it. So first off, the first time for the pod that I have two guests on, both like Teo and Adrian here. How did you guys met initially?
That was very funny because actually, I first when I thought about the platform, I asked Adi, "Hey, what about building a platform that could send SMS to enterprise customers?" And we built that platform, and after that we thought, okay, but how we sell this platform, how we deliver this platform, and then we thought, okay, we need something that can deliver that platform as a SaaS solution. So from that point, like 2 years ago, we thought how we should build Kubeark platform.
And do you two did you guys meet at like a previous company, or how do you know each other?
Yes, we worked at IBM a long time ago, and this is where our friendship started.
Amazing. Yeah, I think it's always super intriguing to see how people meet their co-founders, because it's always a weird coincidence. But I think having worked together before is amazing. And then tell us a bit about the start. So how did you initially fund the business and get it off the ground?
Well, we launched the business last year in March in Romania, the Romanian entity. And in May, we started to incorporate in the US. Before actually, getting a rounding fund. So,
kind of, and then why, like asking as a European here as well, why did you set up two entities immediately, both the Romanian and the one in the US?
Well, I mean, there was no specific reason to be frank. We knew that at some point in time we had to go after the US market, and we thought that the sooner the better we start creating the company, it would be the better for us in the long run.
I think that makes a ton of sense. What are there like specific learnings selling to US customers? I mean, that's mostly interesting to the Europeans now, or like to the non-US listeners maybe. Or like, what are there like specific differences you see in how people buy software, or just like how you need to market or sell to them?
Yeah, I mean the US and the European markets are a little bit different. And I think that from my perspective, I think that the US markets are more, demanding from a product. And they want to that product to be the best product they can find on the market, since they will pay for that product. They're very strict with their money, so they like to spend it wisely.
Interesting. And then how big are you right now in terms of either customers or like employees?
Well, we are around 20 people hired, and we rely on a group of advisors. So we were fortunate enough to along our professional careers to interact with a very various number of people that we could embark on our company once we presented the product to them. So it was nice to get this feedback from them.
If you need to hire the right developers and ship fast, then React Squad is for you. A boutique agency that specializes in React and only works with fast growth startups. Get a 14-day risk-free trial and a transparent price of $95 per hour. Visit reactsquad.io to learn more.
And then a bit on like the company building side. How do you guys split work between each other? Like, who's owning what part of the company?
From the percentage perspective?
No. From the, I mean, who like in terms of like engineering or sales? Like, how do you split responsibilities?
I mean, we are a group of 6 co-founders, and we are lucky enough to be, half and half. Half of the group is very technical. Yeah. We have technical backgrounds, and the other half is very business oriented.
Interesting. I didn't know that you were 6 co-founders. Like, tell me about that. How did you end up being 6 co-founders?
Well, I mean, it was not by choice. I mean, we didn't thought of it.
It was my fault.
So Teo takes the blame. Teo, tell us the story. How did it come to be?
So first I come to Adi and, hey, this is my idea. Let's start and build it. And then, okay, but in order to launch it, we need somebody to be very good on the business side, and somebody to be very good on financing side, and somebody to be very good on partner side. And we had a group of people from our previous companies where we worked, and I contacted them and I proposed them, okay, so this is what we want to build. This is how our solution is innovating the market. And if you want to join, there is some opening sheet for you. So yeah.
Was it hard to convince them?
No, it was actually very easy because we had a very well prepared proof of concept.
Got it. And then how do you manage that? Because I think like co-founder, like the worst enemy of a lot of startups are like co-founder conflict, and having 6 people is like quite a lot of people like to manage each other. So do you have any routines you do as a founding team to stay aligned?
Well, I mean, we do a lot of weekly syncs, and because we divided our work equally, so the three of them are handling the business side, and they're also keeping us up to date with all the business side as well. So it's a two-way street in which we exchange information from the technical side to the business side. So yeah, I mean, you guessed it right that when there are a lot of people involved, sometimes things may heat up, but we don't take it personally, and we just want to be have the best interest of the company in mind. So that we so far I don't think that we had a very good relationship so far.
Amazing. And then let's talk a bit about the sales side of things. So getting customers. How do you try, or not to try? How do you get customers right now?
Well, we get on daily calls with prospects, and we try to get feedback from them in order to improve our platform. Yeah, so we have, I don't know, 3, 4, maybe even more calls a day with.
How do you? Sorry for interrupting. How do you get those calls booked? Do you do like cold outbound via email? Do you go to conferences? How do you get people to show up on a call?
Well, we capitalized a lot on the word of mouth. And given the fact that we're also a partner-driven company, we established a lot of partners like AWS, Azure, Oracle, and Google. So it's very let's say easy, but the way we interact with our partners allows us to get into contact with their customers once we have presented them their the product, and they send our way customers that might help them with our platform. So and also we also rely on the investors network as well. Of course, we have our own in-house marketing campaigns, events and webinars, social media posts as well. So a lot of ways to get prospects and call with us.
I never heard people working directly with like AWS or like Google Cloud to drive customers. Like how does that work? Like, because I can imagine why do they push people over to like tell us a bit about how that works for the founders listening who might be able to replicate that in like different areas.
Sure. So like I said, there are a lot of use cases that you can I mean, our platform has a lot of use cases. One of them being the migration. So you can migrate applications from on-premise to cloud infrastructure. And when we talked about this use case with our partners, they saw a very good way to move customers from their on-premise infrastructure into cloud. And this way, there were AWS and Azure. They were incentivized to put us on calls with clients to help them migrate to cloud to use their infrastructure.
Interesting. So in a way, the cloud service providers use you to get people who are still on premise adapting your platform, and by adapting your platform, they go to the cloud, meaning they become a customer to AWS and so on. So in a way, they quite selfishly for them, they use you as a tool to get people from on-premise to the cloud. And for you, it's of course amazing because you get the customers.
Exactly. And another use case would be to for companies that are working on the product and wanting it to distribute their product on the market is to upload or to have that product inside the cloud provider's marketplace. And once you list your product on that marketplace, you have a tons of benefits that derive from that perspective. One of them being that the customers can use, the end user who's buying that product can leverage their commitment to that cloud provider. For example, if they have a 3 million contract over 3 years, they already paid for that money. So at the end of the contract, they will pay for those 3 millions. But if they don't consume those 3 millions, they will leave money on the table, right? So they will not use all that money. So end users can use part of that commitment to buy products on the marketplace. And so we help customers get onto that marketplace with the process and so on, and also to deploy that their own product, their own application, and deliver that application to the end user. So it's an circle that is completed by our platform, in which the user pays for that product using pre-committed money, and gets over an email the URL and the credentials to the product that they have paid for.
What's the typical, is there like a typical revenue split between the like AWS and an app on their marketplace, or is that negotiated each time?
No. They have a standard fee. I think Azure has 3% fee on that transaction. And I forgot about AWS, but they also have a fixed fee.
But quite reasonable, not like the Apple App Store, like 30%.
No.
Okay, then let's switch gears a bit, and I guess that's the right question for Teo. How are you? I mean, it's quite a technical product. So how did you build the engineering organization? How is it structured? Do you have squads, or tell us a bit about how you're building that engineering org?
Oh, okay. So for me, it was very easy to build the engineering team, because before working for IBM, I worked like 10 years as a freelancer, and I participated in a lot of open source communities, and I cherry picked only the guys I really needed to build the product. So it's basically from my network. It will start to be hard if I want to scale the team in the future, but until now we are good enough for like 1 year, 2 years. Yeah.
Of the 20 people in the company, how many are engineers?
Around 9 engineers.
And then do you manage all of them, or what's the structure like?
I with Adrian. Adrian is co-founder and VP of engineering, and I'm the co-founder and CTO.
Yeah, so two techies on the call. Adrian, sorry, I thought you were a business guy. Sorry for the judgment.
No worries. No, I spent a lot of time in customer calls, so maybe I caught some skills, learned a thing or two.
You got the business lingo down. Awesome. And then, what do you feel like? I mean, being a year or two in is still quite early. So tell us a bit of, like, give us a war story. What's like a hard thing you guys had to overcome? Because it's not always rainbow and sunshines.
I really don't have a war story, but I can tell you, let's say, a worst scenario that could happen during our financing round. I mean, this is kind of funny, but okay, so it was the Hot Web event last year, and I received a, let's say, strange email on my LinkedIn account. It was a standard, let's say, like a spammy and very, very strange email. Hey, we are venture capital from US, and we want to invest in your team. And standard email. And during that period, I received a lot of spams, and I thought, okay, is this guy? He's not very interested, but let's give it a try. I was driving and in fact, I wasn't driving. I was in a cab and I took my phone in the other hand and I picture my ferry and I sent it to my colleague Bogdan Nederko, which is also co-founder and the CEO of the company. And I said, Bogdan, maybe it's not a spam. Let's take it. And apparently it was 500 VC, big VC from US, and yeah.
So not a random spammer trying to get you.
Yeah. So better, guys, read all in emails from LinkedIn.
Adrian, what about you? What about you?
Yeah, I have a different story. Still funny, I guess. Mine is from the spectrum of a busy co-founder having to deal to juggle with multiple tasks at the same time, where wearing a lot of hats, doing also marketing and engineering and sales and so on. And one day I was so caught up in my work and in my emails and that I forgot to. I almost forgot to pick up my 4-year-old son from the kindergarten.
Oh no!
So please don't tell my wife.
Let's pray that she's not listening. Let's pray. Yeah, but I mean, like, tell me if that's too personal, but like, how do you manage? Like, being a founder is crazy stressful. I don't have a family yet. I mean, no kids yet. How do you manage family life and being a founder?
Well, I also consider Kubeark, our company, a family member, since it was born at the same time that my second child was born in the same year. So I can say that two of my babies were born last year. So yeah, I have 2 kids, one 4-year-old and the other one is a 1-year-old. And frankly, I have a lovely wife that supports me and take care most of the time with children. So she takes away part of that, tasks around the kids away from me, since she knows that I'm, very stressed with a lot of tasks at work. So yeah, I'm very lucky with, and I also Theo as well. I know he also has a baby girl.
1 year.
On 1 year, and the same. I think all the founders have children. So yeah, it's a very stressful period.
Amazing. I mean, before we wrap up, how can people find you if they want to reach you?
Well, Kubeark.com is our website. They can find us also on LinkedIn as well. We also have a link to book a demo if they're interested. Twitter as well. So a lot of ways to get in touch.
Amazing. So for anyone who's working for a big enterprise, needs to get them out of the on-premise world, DM those guys. Teo, Adrian, thanks a ton for coming on today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
If you like this episode, then you'll love the SaaS Operator, a weekly newsletter brought to you by EarlyNode, with actionable insights from SaaS experts in the industry, delivered right to your inbox every Tuesday for free. Visit earlynode.com to subscribe.